I lost it and the funded account is gone. And honestly speaking, this is the video I never wanted to make. Few days ago, I was celebrating my first payout, and today I'm documenting the day I lost my funded account alongside other personal accounts as well. I could have ignored this, right? I could have pretended it never happened. But if I'm serious about documenting the journey of accumulating 1.2 million euros in funding, then I have to show you guys everything, both the wins, the payouts, and also this video when I lost my funded account. Now, let me show you what happened to this account. As you can see on my dashboard here, and they say I'm negative minus 13% of the account. But before all that, let me walk you towards what happened to this account. Now, last week, which is the first week of July, I had losses back to back on a row. I have 4 losses on a row. Now, I'm talking about track record. My system have a track record when it comes to losses, so I can have consecutive losses of 1 to 4. So I give myself room for 1 to 5. So I could have 5 losing streak in a row. It does happen. Sometimes the market would not respond to your system. Sometimes we're gonna make mistake because we're humans, you get. But since I get to understood that when you're trading this market, there are times that you're gonna have 5 losses on a row. What keeps me to be at the top of my game is because I have a very good risk to reward ratio, which is 1:5. It means that I could have 5 losses on the row, but just one win can clear away these 5 losses at once, then I'll become at break even. Over the past months, I've never recorded 5 losses on a row, but I already understood that these things can happen. That is why I give myself rooms for 5 losses. Now, after the 5 consecutive losses back to back on a row, I knew that just one trade can clear away these 5 losses. And that was on the 14th of July 2026. I'm not going to forget that day because a lot happened. Not just my personal accounts, a lot happened. Now, I don't trade news, but I get to understood that if it is negative, the price is going to go opposite direction. But if it is good for the United States, then we can see strength in the dollar. So that is just my basic understanding because I don't trade news at all. Since I don't trade news at all, why this thing get to happen to me? Now, let me explain here on my screen. Now, I call this trade on a Telegram community because, if you get to understood how I trade, I use the hybrid system, okay? Hybrid system gives me a precise entry. So I get sniper entry every now and then. So my entry was around this region and I was doing 1:5, obviously, as you know me. And 30 minutes before the news, I was in profit about 100 pips. Now I'm being in profit about 100 pips and I understood that news is coming out. So I could not break even. Okay, all I had to do right now is to just reduce the risks on the table. Since I'm risking 1%, which is 50 USD, I had to reduce it to be $35 around here. So I had to reduce my stop losses to be around this region. So not just on this account, I also did the same thing across all of my account that I'm trading. I don't use trade copier, I do it manually. So if I had used a trade copier, I might say, okay, maybe it's the platform that was lagging, but I did everything manually. Okay. So we saw this news came out like so, which was not good for the United States dollar. So as soon as the news came out, instead of the proprietary firm to cut my losses around this region, they had to cut my losses to be negative 400 in a particular day. So that is why the account was breached because, and they had to send me their notification that I breached the account, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, it happens. You get, I was hurt about the whole thing because not just my funded account, also my personal account as well. You get, the whole thing just hit on me that moment. I just had to take some break off. But if this trade happens to be a loss, then I'm negative 6% of the account. And now come here, the beast that happened. I saw it around Asian session because I was awake. I couldn't be able to sleep. I was trying to manage my portfolio. I was trying to allocate funds. I was trying to check what happened. I was trying to document it. I was trying to update my journal. I was trying to do a lot of stuff. And it was around 1 o'clock GTM plus when I saw this beautiful trade. I could have taken this trade if I had had account going. If this trade previously that hit stop loss to give me minus 6%, I could have entered this trade with that same 1%. And this is obviously 1:5. I'm out of drawdown already, probably just 1% drawdown, right? And the next day, I saw this beautiful trade right here that I call out to the Telegram community. Everybody should join this trade. I'm like, guys, you have to sell right here. You can see a very, very sniper entry, and this is a beautiful trade of 1:5. You could see how this thing work. You get now. This was around 1:5, which cover out for the losses that I had of 6%. Now I'm negative 1%. If you're following the calculation, this is another 5% right here. That keeps me in very, very good profit. I could be able to place withdrawal after this trade. Unfortunately, this slippage happened and this proprietary firm could not be able to close me on time. They couldn't be able to close me on time. And even Xness couldn't be able to close me on time. All my accounts went down to ground zero. All of them. I don't want to mention figure right here because I don't like doing all those things. All I have to say to you guys right here is that slippage does happen. So once it happens, don't go and fight the broker. Don't go and fight the proprietary firm. Don't go and fight anybody. The market is uncertain. Get that is why we make rooms for losses. Talking about strategies, I have a very good money management strategy. And you're not having a good money management, and now this catastrophe happened. Where are you going to start from? That's the question. Where are you going to start from? So, guys, that's just that for that. And people think becoming profitable means you will never lose. Honestly speaking, that's not true. No matter how professional you are in the market, you must lose money. Something must happen to you. See you on the other one, guys. Take it easy out there.